Hi, Scopies. All right, I'm going to wait a couple of seconds to give everybody a few moments to hop on. It's the travel mom, Ahesha Catalano, and everybody's favorite baby. Say hi, Abby. You going to say hi to everybody? No? Okay, maybe a little bit. Say hi. All right, that's enough with her. Hi, guys. Oh, everybody. Oh, Tania says hi to you. Can you say hi to Sure Pal? I guess she's like, I can't see you, so no. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to take a second to share a little video with you guys. And if you looked at the title, which I already forgot what I said, but the title was basically around the hardest challenge that I've ever done, the hardest thing outside of having this little person here. One of the hardest things that I've ever done, I would say, had the most prolific impact on my entire life, because I can tell you that I would not be the person that I am today. I wouldn't be the amazing mom that I am today. I wouldn't be the awesome wife that I am today. Yes, I'm tooting my own horn because I deserve it. When I tell you guys a little bit more about, just about my story and about the challenge that I'm going to share with you guys, you will understand why I reserve the right in this situation to toot my own horn. That's right, toot toot. I struggled for many years with anxiety, really bad anxiety, the kind of anxiety that turned physical. There's that anxiety that's kind of in your head where you overthink things, you worry about stuff, you're just, so in your head about, everything, little basic decisions, important decisions, it doesn't matter what it is. Oh wow, we only get hearts when you when you decide to cut up. Don't give her hearts for that. But I basically, I had a really tough time with it, but it wasn't a mental situation for me. My anxiety was so bad that I would physically get sick, like sick to my stomach, with worry about different things. And I knew that that was not going to be my story. I knew that that was not the life that I wanted to have. So I tried a number of things to improve my situation. I read a ton of books. I started meditating. Get down, Abby. I started meditating. I started praying more. And a lot of that stuff worked. And I was happy with the results that I got. But I knew I wanted to do more. I knew that I wanted for my life to be better. And about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, my mentor was here, Chad Entrepreneur Thompson. And we were talking about what I did to change my life. And he was like, oh my gosh, that is awesome. I've never heard of anything like that. So he basically shared that challenge with everybody on our Mindset Mastery call last night. It was awesome. And I'm so glad that so many of you who were on the call got value out of what he was talking about, and that you guys have decided to do the same thing. But basically what I did, and what changed my entire life, I realized that not only was I, just struggling with the anxiety that I talked about, but when I took a look at the thoughts that I had and, a lot of what was going on with me, I realized that I was negative, you guys. And for those of you who know me now, like if you know, Ahesha Catalano, but you don't know Ahesha Holmes, then you don't know the real Ish. Because those of you even scoping right now that know Ahesha Holmes, it feels sometimes like a completely different person. And I realized that if I did not work on my mindset, if I did not work on my mind and the thoughts that I had, that my life was never, ever going to look like what I wanted it to be. I was never going to have the experiences that I wanted. I was never going to have the type of income that I wanted if I didn't start believing that I could have those things. If I didn't start believing that my circumstances could be better than what they were. If I didn't believe that I deserved that kind of stuff. If I didn't let go of a lot of what I was holding on to, whether it was, personal views of myself, or whether it was, just issues I had with other people. You know, sometimes people mistreat us and we take that stuff personally and we think, oh, well, there must be something wrong with me, you know, because this happened or that happened, or this person was mean to me, or this, you know, it didn't work out with this guy, or it didn't work out with this friend, or, you know, this thing happened. And we take that kind of stuff personally, not realizing that sometimes how people treat us has more to do with them and who they are and where they are than it does with us. We just have to go through those experiences to learn those. As somebody said, it has nothing to do with you. You are absolutely right. I mean, we internalize that stuff and we think, oh my gosh, I must not be good enough because here I am doing everything, you know, to make this situation right. And this person just, you know, it's not working out. So it must be me. I've tried everything, but maybe I didn't try the right thing. And you could apply that to your professional life, your personal life, your friends and family, you know, whatever it is you want to apply that to, and the answer is still the same. In that, you know, usually it's kind of 50-50. Sometimes there are things that we can do to change a situation, but other times you know, it's a result of what's going on with other people, and it has very little to do with us. We could do everything right, you guys, and some other person who just doesn't appreciate us or who we are or how we are, nothing that we do is going to change, you know, the situation for them. It has to be that they want that. So when I took a look at those types of experiences in my life, I realized that even when things were great, I had thoughts, you know, about, well, if I would have just done this, or if I would have just done things this way, or, you know, all of those limiting beliefs. And I realized that, again, I was never going to have the things that I wanted. My life was never going to look the way I wanted it to look if I didn't start working on the stuff that was going on, you know, in my head. So what I did for an entire week, you guys, and I told you at the beginning that this was the hardest thing that I have ever done. But what I did for an entire week, I decided that I was not going to think anything negative. Not one negative thought. If you have never meditated, if you have never tried to, number one, quiet your thoughts, and then number two, control them, I promise you that it is going to be a difficult task. Most people think, oh, you know, that's easy. I'll just think happy thoughts. Yeah, no. Not the case. Sometimes, and for many of us, we don't know how to control the thoughts that we're having in our head. So you know, wake up in the morning and a million thoughts automatically start going through your mind. You're brushing your teeth and you're thinking things. You're driving in the car, you're thinking a million thoughts. You are at work and thoughts are just firing away in your mind. So if you've never practiced with how to listen to those with the intention of removing the ones that are negative, I can guarantee that it is going to be a difficult task. But I didn't want to just go at that. I didn't want to just, you know, change the negative thoughts that I was having and just not have them. I decided, as with almost everything that I do, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big. And I want it to have a huge impact on whatever it is. I say all the time at the end of my videos, you know, to live the life you love, or to love the life you live. Like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, and I want to love it. I want to, you know, feel great about whatever it is that I'm doing. So it wasn't enough for me to just, you know, say I'm not going to think any negative thoughts, because, you know, well, then what am I going to be thinking all day? So what I decided to do, and this was what made it very difficult. This was like the extra sauce on top of the challenge. But I decided that if a negative thought came into my mind that I was not able to control, because you can't always control every single thought that you have in your mind if you've never done that work before. It's possible, but if you're like a rookie at this thing, it's going to be hard. So I knew starting out that I was not going to be able to remove the bajillion negative thoughts that, you know, were firing away at my mind. So I said, okay, I'm going to kind of cut myself a little bit of slack, but at the same time make my life a little bit harder. If a negative thought comes into my mind, what I am going to do so that I can start to become a different person so that I can start to become the type of person that I know I can be on the inside. I didn't want to be remembered as, the mean friend who is quick to cuss you out, because that was me for a very long time. And I'm trying, y'all. I'm a work in progress. But I didn't want to be that person anymore. I got tired of being known as, that saucy individual where, you got to watch what you say around Ahesha because she'll cut you. I didn't like that. So I wanted to work on really becoming a different person on the inside. So I decided that for every single negative thought, every single limiting belief that crept its little way into my mind, what I was going to do was replace that with a positive thought or a positive affirmation, but something positive. But I felt like because things were so bad on the other end that just one positive statement wasn't going to do it. I wanted that to become my way of life. I wanted to be known as a positive person. I wanted to be known as the type of person that people felt good about being around, or when you thought of me, when you heard my name, you felt, happy, that you had a positive feeling associated with knowing me. Not, don't say the wrong thing to Ahesha or, she'll cuss you out. I didn't like that. And I didn't like that people thought, and I had this conversation with somebody a few years ago. We went to college together and she said, well, I just thought you didn't like me, or you just seem so mean. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not mean, I promise you. And she's like, yeah, well, I really didn't, know you. So I didn't feel comfortable, cultivating a friendship or starting, a conversation with you or anything like that. I thought you were nice, with your friends, but I really didn't feel comfortable enough with, stepping out there. So again, I just didn't like that, and I didn't want to be known as that person. So I wanted to have people feel good about knowing me, about being connected with me, and I wanted to feel like I was leaving a positive impression on the world and in the lives of the people that I meet and that I know. So I replaced every single negative thought that came into my mind with at least 3 positive statements or positive affirmations. And I can tell you guys that I have not looked back from that time. That was one of the hardest weeks of my entire life. It was not an easy task at all. There were times when I would forget and I get all upset and frustrated with myself going, oh my gosh, this is never going to change, or, I'm always going to be like this. And I'm like, no, wait, that was a negative statement. Okay, I said 3 negative things. So that means I got to come up with 9 positive affirmations. I mean, it was rough. Like I said, it was not easy at all, but I did it. And I know that if I did it, you can do it too. So for those of you who want to change your life, if you want to have a positive impact on your mindset, even if you're not, everybody's not negative. Everybody's not, dealing with anxiety the way I did. It could be anything. Maybe you want to be more outgoing. Maybe you want to be more social. Maybe you want to, whatever it is. When you have those limiting beliefs that creep into your mind, if you have those limiting thoughts that, find their way up here, all you have to do is pay attention. Pay attention to them. Notice them when they happen and replace them with a positive statement. Replace them with a positive affirmation, and you will find in time that you will have less and less and less and less of those situations. It's to a point now where, a negative thought will pop into my mind and immediately I will stamp it out. Sometimes, those negative thoughts or situations, like they don't even get the chance to complete. I'll literally have it, like for a second and I'm like, nope, I'm not even going to go there. I'll give you guys an example. One of the network events that I was recently invited to. I moved to a new area. I'm in Burbank, California, and we haven't lived here very long. So I was invited to a networking event by a professional contact, and I didn't know anybody there. I'm brand new, to the area. So I was just a little bit nervous, not anxious like I would have been, many years ago. Thank goodness, we beat that demon down. Doesn't exist anymore for me. So I wasn't necessarily anxious, but there was a split second where, I was like, like, oh my gosh, I'm in a new area, starting all over, and I don't know anybody. And before I could even go down that road of thoughts that might have, had this been years ago, that might have kept me from even going. It would have really created some serious anxiety. I probably would have had a stomach ache. I would have felt terrible. It would have been an absolute nightmare. I didn't even let that train of thoughts finish. I instantaneously stamped it out with, oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to have so much fun. I'm going to meet so many new people. I can't wait to learn about the people who are going to be there. I'm sure there are going to be some movers and shakers in the community who are going to be there. I'm going to rub elbows with them. I'm going to give them my business card. I can't wait to get their cards. I can't wait to follow up with them. I wonder if there's somebody who's going to be there who might be a good partner fit for my business. I wonder if there's going to be an event planner or a wedding planner who's going to be there. So automatically I'm thinking all of these things that were so much more positive than the craziness that could have been going on in my head. So for those of you who are adventurous and you just want to make some crazy changes in your life, I can guarantee you, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Positive thoughts are seeds that produce fruit with hundreds of seeds from that one thought. Yes, indeed. Whatever you plant will grow. Whatever you plant. If you're planting negativity in your mind, it is going to take root and you're going to cultivate a whole bunch of negative stuff. So for those of you who want to create, thank you so much for the hearts, you guys. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. I love you guys for tuning in and for connecting with us, and for really feeling what I'm sharing with you guys. Thank you so much. For those of you who want to make some changes in your life, I can tell you that this is a challenge that you need to jump on. For every single negative thought that finds its way up here, don't let that stuff take root. Replace it immediately with at least 3 positive affirmations and watch your life change for the better so quickly. It's not going to be easy. I can promise you that. It is definitely not going to be easy, but you can absolutely have fun with it, and you can begin to create the type of life that will excite you, that will become the life of your dreams. If you think about what your dream life looks like, if it does not match with the thoughts that you're having up here, just know that it's not going to come to you as quickly and as easily as it could. So do what you can to start working up here, and that is replacing all of those limiting beliefs, all of those negative thoughts, all of those things that do not breathe life into the type of future that you would like to have for yourself. All right, you guys, so I love each and every one of you. I am praying for you and your family and your business. This has been the Travel Mom, Ahesha Catalano. It's funny, she knows when I'm wrapping up. She was playing with her toys and stuff 10 seconds ago, and then I start closing, and then she crawls back over here. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody? Say bye-bye. Say bye, everybody. This has been Ahesha Catalano, the Travel Mom. And of course, everybody's favorite baby, little Abigail. Tania says bye, Abby. Are you going to say goodbye to her? Say bye-bye. There we go. All right, you guys, have a fantastic Tuesday. Remember to live the life you love and love the life you live. Bye, you guys.